Welcome back. Now for the big interview. A day after the government initiated deportation proceedings against him, Vijay Mallya has broken his silence in an interview to Financial Times in London. The first since he left India. Vijay Mallya says he is in forced exile. Mallya maintains he is serious in his offer to settle with banks, but only on reasonable terms. Mallya has also hit back at the government, saying allegations of fund diversion were preposterous, and the bottom line is that Mallya has made it clear he is not going to return to India voluntarily.
I definitely would like to return to India. Right now, things are flying at me fast and furious. My passport has been revoked. I don't know what the government is going to do next. But I have always maintained that notwithstanding anything else, I'm interested in a settlement with the Kingfisher Airline bankers and would like to repeat that I will reach out if they are interested in making a settlement.
And you've made an offer of £440 million?
That is correct.
And are you prepared to go higher?
Well, the banks need to also consider the fact that there are other creditors who also need to be paid off and satisfied. I can't possibly be seen to be giving preference to the banks just because of this extraordinary pressure being put on me by various government agencies.
Who is behind the move to withdraw your passport?
I wish I knew.
Are they faceless bureaucrats, or is it the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, who is a noted, austere figure?
All I can say is that the manner in which my passport was first suspended and then revoked is unprecedented and was done with extraordinary haste.
You heard about it on a Saturday evening?
Absolutely.
By fax?
By email. But be that as it may...
and you had 7 days to respond, is that right?
Well, the first notice of suspension came on a public holiday last week. I replied, and my reply was not considered, and the passport was revoked on Saturday.
Do you think that you will have to sell down some stakes in other businesses in order to raise money to reach an overall settlement? And would you be willing to do that?
I have already expressed my willingness to settle with the banks. A settlement offer was proposed to the Honorable Supreme Court of India, which obviously means it was a very serious offer. And now the Supreme Court has directed the Debt Recovery Tribunal to dispose of the main matter in 2 months. But notwithstanding that legal process, my offer for settlement stands.
And what is the amount that you believe is the outstanding debt that is owned as a result of the collapse of Kingfisher Airlines? 520 million pounds?
The filings before the Debt Recovery Tribunal by the consortium of bankers is of a principal amount of little over 500 million pounds. The rest is towards unapplied interest.
Right. And the banks say it's 900 million.
Well, I don't know whether it's the banks or the media or a combination of the two.
A dangerous combination.
Indeed. But that's how India is. I have never been able to understand where this 9,000 crore or 900 million figure came from. But as I said, if there is reason and rationale all around, I think the banks can be settled along with all the other creditors.
Now, you're known in the Indian media and in the Indian public as the king of good times. You're often described as flamboyant. You've attended parties, you travel around. Can you explain whether this is you think this is a fair characterization, or do you think that actually you were just say, a brand ambassador?
I think those who need to know certainly know that I have acted as a brand ambassador for my brands in a media dark environment.
Which means there's a prohibition on advertising for alcohol.
Absolutely. And this King of Good Times label was actually a slogan for the Kingfisher beer brand. For whatever reason, I was known as the King of Good Times, and now, of course, indeed, the King of Bad Times. You know, it's past me now to figure out what I should have done or should not have done.
Well, that was the erstwhile King of Good Times talking to Financial Times on the challenges ahead and what can or cannot be done. Clearly, he is not looking at coming to India anytime soon unless forced. Let's take a